Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a quick unboxing. We have one item today, so really nothing to write home about that I know of yet. My husband buys things for me on a regular. This is a gift from him that I've had since Christmas that we just found. So, here we go. He knows me very well, and they're black. These are very pretty, and I love the packaging. Oh, nice. I was fully anticipating having to use the box cutter to get that open. So yeah, makeup brushes. Never have enough. I love them. They're good quality too. There's so many. Oh, out of my hand. Oh, that's so cool. And they're little. I have all the bigger style brushes, so these little ones will help a great deal. A little bit more fine tuning. Look at that. That is awesome. I mean, seriously, like, I didn't have any of these little ones. It's like the tiniest little brush ever. You can get into all kinds of things with that. I know what a few of these do. Like, I know this guy right here, you want to use to chisel out concealer underneath your eyebrow. So I'm aware of that one. These I've never ever seen before. I don't know if you can see how tiny that brush is. But that is so little. I can only assume that that would be for dipping into lip gloss, maybe lipstick if you didn't want to put it directly on your lips. Anyone out there have a brush that's this tiny? Please let me know what the hell it does. Thanks for me, mainly. I'm not asking for a friend, I'm asking for me. These, we obviously all know that's an eyeshadow brush. And honestly, you can never have too many. So it's good that this kit has at least two. And then we have a couple of these little guys, like this guy here. That one is also for eyeshadow, so that's good. And then this one is a concealer chiseler, again, an angled chiseler, so that would be not necessarily for like right in this area per se, but like chiseled, so it would be angled underneath the eyebrow. Helps with concealer. This one, I can only assume, again, we would use that for lip products. Again, I don't know. I've never seen brushes that are quite this small. A eyebrow spoolie, which I find that to be the funniest word ever, but that's what it's called. And that's just for brushing the bushes, bitch. Just brush those bushes. Or for untangling very, very chunky mascara, which we have to ask ourselves, why are we using chunky mascara? We don't use chunky mascara. Don't use chunky mascara. We can do so much better. So we have a couple more of those littler brushes we showed, a couple more angled ones. These ones are my favorites out of all the brushes in the entire kit. These ones here are ones that I use for applying eyeshadow because I do not, on any circumstances, use the same brush to apply different colors. I always use a different brush for each and every color. I don't want them to mix unless I'm using a blender brush, and then that's a completely different brush again. And that one's clean. It has no pigment from any other mask or any other eyeshadow. I just don't want to blend my colors in my palette. I'm that type of makeup person. I'm very clean when it comes to my makeup, and I'm very clean when it comes to my brushes. So they're cleaned after every application. Also, I don't, like I said, I don't double dip in my palette with the same brush for a different color. It will be a new one every time. This one is one of those rounder brushes that you would use to go in and clean up. Again, another small guy. I can only assume that's used for dipping in for lip products. If you were to share lip products with maybe anyone, which why are we doing that? Highly against that. And this is a foundation brush, which I can never have enough of these because I do not have the same foundation. I do not use the same foundation every single time I apply makeup. I use several different foundations, and I'm going to do a different video about those types of foundations. What works for me the best, my favorite, to be completely honest, and I'm going to do a quick shout out, is the Makiage. I use this on a daily, almost every day. It depends on what I'm using, where I'm going. If I'm looking for a very full coverage, very buildable, very smooth foundation, this is the one I use. And that's in shade 060, and it's called Woke Up Like This. If you want to, again, it's not a sponsored video, but you can go on their website, you can do a color match, and they will send you a try before you buy. That's how I found them. They are a little bit more on the pricey side, but again, $45 for a bottle of foundation that will last me for about 3 to 4 months. That's very buildable, very full coverage, sweat proof, all that jazz. To me, it's very much worth it. If you splurge on anything that I can tell you to do, that is your foundation, your concealer, and your mascara. Those things will make your entire look worth it. Anything else, eyeshadows, I mean, let's just be real. There's so many palettes out there and they do so many different things. So if you go a little bit on the cheaper end for eyeshadow, be my guest. But if you splurge on anything every so often, definitely splurge on foundation because it will make or break your whole makeup look, in my opinion. Your concealer as well. I'm really into the NYX concealer, and I have that here somewhere. I just used it tonight. This is the NYX concealer. I'm really into that. It's a high definition concealer. It's photogenic. It's buildable. I use shades 6. I tan occasionally. I sweat while I'm at work. This stuff stays in place. So again, splurge a little bit, and this really wasn't that expensive when you really think about it, because I got it on Amazon for like $6, and that was probably 4 or 5 months back, and I still have it, and it's still quite full. So I do use that. But we're going to do a whole nother video about concealers, foundations, all that jazz at a later time. But yeah, that was just a little bit. Previous video was the unboxing of the makeup brushes that the husband got off Amazon. Big shout out to him. He knows which girl likes, and it's going to be a very big blessing for me because I'm always using like different brushes. Like I said, I do not double dip. I do not believe in that. There's a reason why they separated the colors in the palette. It's so they didn't, if they wanted them all together, they would have made it that way. I don't know what you do. Again, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you I do not double dip in any of my palettes. I do not use the same brush for any of my palettes. Like, I have my iconic palette. This is my holy grail, best thing ever. And I will use a different brush for every single shade in this palette, which I think there's like maybe 12 of them if I'm correct. And there's a new brush for every shade. Otherwise, we do have disposable applicators. It just keeps things clean. So again, thank you for spending a couple minutes with me. Come back for the next video. We're going to continue to do a few different unboxings. There's going to be an Ipsy one coming up that you're not going to want to miss. January's box was lit. It was literally everything that I wanted, and then some. Mind you, I did select like 8 of the items. Maybe 6, but either way. So yeah, come back for that. Go out in the world, be great. These little tiny ones, I honestly don't know what I can do with that.